A new health enterprise center comes to Prince George's County. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Valone. Thank you for joining us. Well, do you live in the 20743 area? Good news if you do. Until the end of last year, there were no primary care physicians in that zip code. Today, community leaders and elected officials celebrated the opening of a new health clinic on Central Avenue. According to the health department, the 40,000 residents who live in Capitol Heights have the highest rates of heart disease, hypertension, and diabetes in Prince George's County. Now this medically underserved population will have a group of physicians and specialists close by to provide free health screenings, one-on-one consultations, and other services.
$4.0 million in the budget, committed for the next 4 years. We created five health enterprise zones, one right here in Prince George's County.
Global Vision is the first of 5 patient-centered medical homes that will bring, hopefully, at least 16 physicians, mid-level providers, community health workers, all sorts of wraparound services to this community.
And the Global Vision Foundation will run the clinic with grant funding provided by the Maryland Health Enterprise Zone program.
And Governor Martin O'Malley was in Upper Marlboro today pushing for a hike in the minimum wage. He visited a printing plant that supports his initiative to increase worker pay. CTV's Darcy Spencer has that story.
Governor O'Malley tours Line Mark Printing in Upper Marlboro.
This is where they make the big check.
The company employs more than 100 workers and supports raising the minimum wage. Brittany Brooks teared up as she talked about her job here, bringing her from welfare to work at more than $13 an hour.
I was working at Dollar Tree 3 years ago, making $7.25. I had to keep going to social services, ask for food stamp, housing assistance, everything. I kept being denied. We get time and a half benefits, 401k. I like it. I wouldn't go nowhere.
Here, new employees start at $10.50 an hour. Boosting the minimum wage is one of the governor's legislative priorities this session.
O'Malley picked this company here in Prince George's County because it's local, and the owners here support raising the minimum wage, which is $7.25 an hour.
O'Malley says he's curious about other companies that say they pay more than a minimum wage but won't support changing the law.
You will not find one example anywhere in the history of the United States of an economic downturn resulting from an increase in the minimum wage.
The governor wants to up the minimum wage to at least $10.10 an hour. He sat down with several business owners for a discussion about the benefits of hiking worker pay.
We believe in paying our employees a fair wage, and we back it up. If our employees are the most important part of our business, we need to pay them like that.
Critics of raising the minimum wage say it'll hurt the economy and job creation. Nancy Meyer, CEO of Community Forklift in Edmonston, disagrees.
We think it's just short-sighted. We have found that paying people a better wage means that you get better job retention, you get better employees, you get happy employees, and you get employees who can spend their dollars. Employees making $7.25 an hour can't live.
Darcy Spencer, CTV News.
And the House is expected to vote on the wage bill tomorrow.
These days, 63-year-old Ray Razor and his wife don't have a place to call home after being evicted from their co-op in Landover. Their situation has raised eyebrows and caught the attention of State Delegate Darren Swain. Razor is blind and uses a guide dog, but after being repeatedly late on his rent, he received several judgments in 2013. He eventually paid what he owed, but was unable to take care of the penalties and court fees, so Village Green Mutual Homes kicked him out. Delegate Swain introduced a bill that would give residents of co-ops more rights and require leadership at such developments to operate more fairly.
I just don't think that it's fair that one of our residents, Mr. Razor, who's a gentleman who's blind, elderly, lived in the community well over 40 years, to have his property seized from him and him be evicted out in the streets without any real type of due process. When he approaches the board and nothing is really done, or they can say, well, we can pretty much do anything that we want to do with your property. I just don't think that's right.
It's not easy to find a place to live, to be able to accommodate my guide dog and me, and learned to, get around. And I was in the community. I knew where everything was at, all the stores. I worship in the community. And to be able to, after 45 years, 4 generations being in the home, and to lose it because there wasn't laws to protect us.
And Razor and his wife are now living with a friend and hope to resolve financial issues so they can move back into their home.
And water continues to flow at a Temple Hills condominium complex days after the water department threatened to shut it off. Prince George's County had threatened to evict residents on this past Monday, if the water was cut off. But WSSC says the condo association made a $25,000 payment this week. It means residents can stay through March 14 when another decision will be made. The water company says the association owes it nearly $100,000.